10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. You're listening to holistic psychotherapist Sylvia Plester-Silk. I've worked with individuals, couples, and groups from parole officer to private practice. I've learned many a lesson, and I'm ready to share. Today, March 20th, 2026, is a long-awaited day, especially up here in Canada, eh? We have finally made it to spring. There were many moments this winter that seemed very heavy, the snow and so on, but the blooms are blooming, beginning. My hellebores are blooming. These little shoots are coming up through the ground. I saw my first crocuses today. There's hope. I've not yet seen, but I've heard about robin sightings. So spring is in the air, folks. So what is spring energetically? Spring is about new growth, new ideas coming to the forefront. And as we enter the spring equinox, we are likely, especially with the fire horse season, to feel we might feel really actually kind of tired when spring normally energizes us and excites us. But we still might have these new ideas that just come up out of nowhere, that are spontaneous, that are powerful. And if you get that, make sure you have a journal and jot something down so that you don't forget it. Because we are in the days of great ideas coming forward, new patterns, old patterns breaking away like a big iceberg calving, and moving into places where we can see potential where perhaps we never saw it before because maybe we didn't allow ourselves. Now, as I'm talking about things calving away, that is if we've done our internal work. For those of us who have not done the internal work that we probably were being nudged about last year sometime, you may find this a really painful time where you're struggling. You may be feeling a lot of grief and sadness. You might be struggling to sleep. You might be having aches and pains come up in your body. So, as I always say, let me try that one in English. Pay heed to what your body's speaking to you. If you're stuck in feeling like something's coming up and it's hard and difficult, reach out to your healer, reach out to a therapist, to an energy worker who can hold space for you and help you make real change. Not just talk about it and move around the dots, but actually go in deeper and make the changes and help you resolve what your body's knocking on the door trying to tell you. Because as we work through whatever is on our plate to work through, then we can come up with even more inspired ideas. And then we have the energy, the influence, the ability to actually put these great ideas into action. Because coming up with great ideas simply isn't enough. It's like when the buds come up just as we're getting close to spring, and the snow comes down and smushes them. So we just need to make sure that we keep giving ourselves what we need, the nutrients we need, the environment that we need. You might talk about spring cleaning. So spring cleaning may be, okay, we're cleaning our windows. Mine sure need it. It might be that we're cleaning house, spiritually speaking. So what does that mean? Well, it may be that all of a sudden you're inspired to let go of something. You may decide that you're starting to create some space. I know last week I was all of a sudden just had this inspiration to remove all the past inspirational messages that are above my desk to create space for something new. No, I didn't throw them in the garbage. I put them in a desk drawer. So I do have them to refer to if I need them. I could probably simply let them go, and I may do that in a few months completely. Sometimes it's creating space by saying, I don't want to put that in my calendar. I really don't want to attend that event. Allowing yourself to say yes to what a true yes is, and allowing yourself to say no to what a true no is, and setting that boundary for yourself so that you're doing what is congruent with what you truly desire and what is best for you in life. It may be that you're simply creating space to come up with ideas, taking a journal to a local coffee shop, taking space to just go out for a walk in nature, just to be and experience it, and to just give yourself space to be without doing, striving, having to achieve. Sometimes space is about choosing relationships, moving closer to some and moving further away from others. Sometimes space is about using smoke medicine or other clearing ways to clear the energy of your house. I learned in Germany they open the windows, I think it is once a day, despite the weather, to let out the old and bring in the new. I'm not doing that in Canada when it's, you know, minus 10 Celsius. But you get the idea. Sometimes we hold on to what is stagnant and it prevents our growth. And sometimes we have to let go of what's good so something even better can come. And that one's scary because when we have something good, we want to celebrate it. And you know that we should celebrate it. Ooh, I just should have, John, you. My apologies. We can celebrate it, and that's important. And sometimes we have to let it go because we're holding on to it so tightly, we can't see the possibility of the seeds that are out there still to be tilled under the soil so that they can come up to fruit, to beautiful flowers. What is the garden that's dormant in you right now that you can't see yet? When we're busy and we're doing all the things that we need to do on a daily basis, we often don't take the time to just be spontaneous. And sometimes it's when we're doing something automatic that takes little to no efforting. So, for example, oftentimes people will get ideas in the bathtub, whether you're showering or you're having a bath. And it's just because you're in this neutral space. I believe it also has to do with the cleansing water, also helping bring forth ideas. Sometimes it's when you're driving somewhere, you just have this spontaneous thought. So it's allowing yourself to have enough space for growth. If you're going to build a garden in an old lawn, you first have to remove the old lawn and the old, well, weeds or whatever's been there. And then you want to add nutrients in. So, what would those nutrients be? Those nutrients for you might be food, exercise, connection, experiencing happiness and joy in something. So, doing things that you truly love to do and giving yourself permission to do them. Then, once you have fertilized yourself, so to speak, then you have the energy to move forward with these ideas. Because there's a well-known consideration that if we have a great idea and we don't action it, the universe is going to give that idea to somebody else. So let's choose, all of us together, to let go of the, I'm not ready yet. I don't know how I would do that. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm capable of it. And instead, create a space, a field of possibility. And what might that look like? So, just in your mind's eye, open yourself up to create this for whatever you're looking at. What this energy of a field of possibility, and what does it look like? What does it need? And so you might see stuff, you might sense stuff, and then you can just start to invite in what you want. So I'm currently in my field of possibility asking in motivated couples to work with me to help get rid of their disconnection or the betrayal and the lack of trust so that they can either be the best couple together that they can be, or that they can, in a loving way, separate so that they get the love they want, perhaps through another relationship because they're healthy. So as we create a time and space for possibility and then a field of possibility, we can invite all the ingredients in. It may be, oh, I don't know how to create, say, an intake package. It is created, but let's pretend. So I might invite in the energy of clarity around what do I need in an intake package for them. I might create the space and time to review that and understand what my college requires so that I can do that in an ethical and professional way. I've also done that, just for the record. But it's bringing in whatever you feel that you're needing. It might be inviting customers. It might be inviting in really close, beautiful friendships that are supportive. It might be inviting in space of free time just to write or reflect or do yoga or do anything that's feeding your spirit so that you are fully fed and can bring forth and birth these ideas so that your spiritual flower garden comes to fruition in all of the colors that is of the spectrum that is meant for you. So this week, A, create space, and B, look at your field of possibilities. What's sitting there that you can invite in? And then you may have a small action to do list from that. Oh, I remember today a resource I could call for something that I'm going through, and I can reach out and do that. So I invite you to reflect on that and to do that. That's all for today. Remember, your emotional freedom isn't found in controlling everything around you, but in releasing what no longer serves you. Each breath is an invitation to let go and embrace your most authentic self. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next week on 10 Minutes to Joy.